So it's brazing day, starting up our copper, laying down our line set to go to our different air handlers. And as you can see, going up to the roof, coming down to our Y branches. We got one Y branch actually running on the back side, coming off right there. There's two of them right there, suction and liquid, to come over here and feed off to the air handler. Another Y branch here. This will feed off. One turns and goes into the air handler over there. Another Y branch. Well, actually two more. There's one below it. Suction and liquid to go straight and to go off to the air handler there. And just keep on Y branching. Air handler over there. Branching air handler over there. And go to the end, to the farthest air handler over there. Just use simple wet rags, not wet rag, but wet rags, wet toilet paper, wet paper napkins, just to protect the insulation from heat migrating. Keep it far, if you can, keep it kind of far away from your braze so you don't get too cold. Over there. And the nitrogen is running from the far end, purging from the furthest air handler, and will continue on flowing all the way up and out, and going up and out the end right here. You always want to confirm, because you could lose your nitrogen flow. You could barely feel it because as it goes down your Ys on your branches, it'll lower the flow of nitrogen. So do a fast purge first and then lower it down, and put either your lip or, like, your eye is very sensitive, your upper lip is very sensitive when it's sweaty. And you can barely feel when you have the flow all the way down on braze mode. You will actually feel very little flow. So you get down here and you put your upper lip, if it's a little sweaty, or wet it, and then let the nitrogen flow. And when you feel it, you won't be able to feel it on your hand. You might not be able to feel it on your cheek, but your eye and both your upper lip are very sensitive skin when they're moist. And even the slightest flow, you can feel the flow. So that's a little secret. And then if you have too big of a pipe like this and you have flow out of it and you have it down on braze, because remember, because supposedly, you know, the larger you go, the larger your diameter, the less your flow. You have the same volume, but you have less velocity. So you won't feel the velocity you will out of here. So one secret to that, if you want to know if you have nitrogen flow, put your finger over it and make a very small hole like this. Now you'll increase the velocity and put your face down there, put your lip or your eye or whatever, and you will feel that flow of nitrogen. That means you have flooded your pipes with dry nitrogen, displacing the air. Always double check, never assume just because you turned on the nitrogen that you have flow going to your braze. Remember, there's no filter dryers on these systems, and it's feeding directly right into the expansion valve. A lot of times you won't even have screens on some of these systems. So when you have other people around working, they could have bumped your work and knocked off one of your pipes and opened up the flow of nitrogen to take an easier route, because pressure, like electricity, will always take the easy route. It might take all routes, but it'll take the easy route. And if somebody bumped your work, or even yourself, you move something and you knock a pipe off and make an easier flow for the nitrogen, you will lose it, and you will think you will have nitrogen where you're brazing when actually you do not. You'll get that oxide build up inside and either cause long-term damage or immediate plug up an expansion valve when you go to commission. So that's it, just going over the features of nitrogen and using up some of my scraps. I always have scraps, and I decided, okay, I got enough scraps, so I'm gonna use up my silver solder scraps. I still have a whole can load of them, but just getting rid of them. It's on a Sunday afternoon, and the electrician is coming in tomorrow, and we're trying to get out of his way. So see you guys later.